Hi friends, how are you? In this video we are going to learn about the relations of thyroid gland. In previous video we learned about the functions, special features of thyroid gland, location, parts and features, weight dimensions and capsules of the thyroid gland. Okay, coming to the topic, relations of thyroid gland. Relations of thyroid gland. Each lobe of the thyroid gland is roughly pyramidal or conical and represents apex, base, three surfaces that are lateral, medial and posterolateral, and two borders, anterior and posterior borders. First, apex. Apex is directed upwards slightly laterally. It extends up to the oblique line of thyroid cartilage. Apex is directed upwards slightly laterally. It extends up to the oblique line of thyroid cartilage. Which is limited above the attachment of sternothyroid muscle. Okay, which is limited above by the attachment of sternothyroid muscle. The apex is sandwiched between the inferior constrictor medially and sternothyroid laterally. See the diagram. This is the apex of thyroid gland. Okay, it is attached to the oblique line of thyroid cartilage. Which is attached to the oblique line of the oblique line of thyroid cartilage. It is attached to the oblique line of thyroid cartilage, which is limited by the sternothyroid muscle, and this attachment to the thyroid cartilage is limited by the sternothyroid muscle. Okay, this is the sternothyroid muscle. It limits the attachment of apex of thyroid gland to thyroid cartilage. Okay, I think it is clear. Coming to the relations. To the apex of thyroid gland, medially inferior constrictor is present. Okay, this is the inferior constrictor. Laterally sternothyroid muscle is present. Medially inferior constrictor and laterally sternothyroid muscle. Okay, apex is directed upwards slightly lateral. It extends up to the oblique line of thyroid cartilage, where it is limited above by the attachment of sternothyroid muscle. The apex is sandwiched between the inferior constrictor medially and the sternothyroid laterally. Next, base. The base extends up to the 5th or 6th tracheal rings. It is related to inferior thyroid artery and recurrent laryngeal nerve. Base. The base extends up to the 5th or 6th tracheal rings. It is related to the inferior thyroid artery and recurrent laryngeal nerve. This is the base of the thyroid gland. Okay, which is related with the, this is the inferior thyroid artery This is the inferior thyroid artery. It is related to the inferior thyroid artery and recurrent laryngeal nerve. This is a recurrent laryngeal nerve. This is the inferior thyroid artery. Okay. This is the base of the thyroid gland. It is related to the inferior thyroid artery. This is the inferior thyroid artery as well as recurrent laryngeal nerve. I think you may understand this. Next, lateral or superficial surface. It is convex and covered by lateral. It is superficial and convex. It is covered by three strap muscles: sternothyroid, sternohyoid, and superior belly of omohyoid, and anterior border of sternocleidomastoid overlapping it superiorly. Guys, you understand? This lateral surface is convex in shape and superficial, and this is covered by three muscles, and three muscles overlap by some other muscle, that is sternocleidomastoid. I show you a diagram, guys. This is the lateral, okay, and this is sternothyroid. This is the lateral surface, okay. This is the lateral surface, and this lateral surface is convex in shape, okay. Are you observing? This is convex in shape. It is superficial, and this is covered by three strap muscles. What are the strap muscles? This is sternothyroid, sternohyoid, superior belly of omohyoid. Once again, this is lateral surface of thyroid gland, and it is covered by three strap muscles: sternothyroid, sternohyoid, superior belly of omohyoid, and these three muscles are overlapped by anteriorly by one long muscle, that is sternocleidomastoid. This is the sternocleidomastoid. I think you may understand this. Coming to medial surface. Medial surface is related to two tubes, two muscles, two cartilages. What are the two tubes? Trachea, esophagus. Two muscles: inferior constrictor and cricothyroid. What are the two cartilages? Cricoid cartilage, thyroid cartilage. In the name, this muscle only cricothyroid, cricoid thyroid, cricoid thyroid. Okay. Medial surface is related to two tubes, two muscles, two cartilages. Okay. Observe one by one. First, two tubes. What are the two tubes? The first one is trachea. This is the trachea. Okay, this is the trachea. And next one is esophagus. Trachea, esophagus. Okay. Next, two muscles. What are the two muscles? Cricothyroid, inferior constrictor. This is the inferior constrictor, and this is the cricoid muscle. You may observe here a small that is cricothyroid, and this is the inferior constrictor. Okay, which lies to apex medially. Okay, it is medially present to apex, inferior constrictor. Next, two cartilages. What are the two cartilages? Cricothyroid, that means thyroid and cricoid cartilage. This is the thyroid cartilage, and just below this is cricoid cartilage, and just below it is continuous as trachea. Okay, thyroid cartilage, cricoid cartilage, and trachea. Okay, trachea is some other, you may learn like that, it is easy to you. Next, posterior lateral surface is related to carotid sheath and its contents: common carotid artery, internal jugular vein, and vagus nerve. Posterolaterally it is related to carotid sheath C, and it contains, what are the this carotid sheath consists of common carotid artery CCA, C, internal jugular vein, artery, vein nerve. What is the artery? Common carotid artery. What is the vein? Internal jugular vein. What is the nerve? That is vagus nerve. CIV. C means common carotid first artery. I, that means second vein, that is internal jugular vein. Next V. Here last one is now vagus nerve. I show you guys. The ansa cervicalis is embedded in the anterior wall of sheath, while cervical sympathetic chain lies posterior to sheath in front of prevertebral fascia. The ansa cervicalis is embedded in the anterior wall of sheath, while cervical sympathetic chain lies posterior to sheath in front of prevertebral fascia. When you observe the sheath, anterior to sheath, ansa cervicalis is present, and posterior to sheath, cervical sympathetic chain is present in front of the prevertebral fascia. Okay, coming to the figure. This is the posterior lateral surface, and this is the carotid sheath. Okay guys, this is the carotid sheath. In this sheath, three, that means artery, vein, and nerve are embedded in this CIV. Okay, artery, vein, nerve, AVN. First, C means common carotid artery. This is the common carotid artery. I. Next, this is the internal jugular vein I. What is V? That means nerve, that is vagus nerve. Artery, vein, nerve, CIV. Common carotid artery, internal jugular vein, and vagus nerve. Okay, to this common carotid sheath, anteriorly and posteriorly two are present. Anteriorly, sorry guys, first I show you what is lateral, what is medial in here. This is anterior. Okay, this is anterior, this is posterior, this is lateral, and this is medial. Okay, this is medial, this is anterior, this posterior, this is lateral. Okay, if you observe here, to posterior to this, okay, posterior to this sympathetic trunk is present. This star like yellow color is you are looking here. This is the sympathetic trunk, which is in front of the pretracheal fascia, which is in front of the green line you are seeing here. It is the prevertebral fascia. Prevertebral fascia, in front of prevertebral fascia and posterior to carotid sheath, one sympathetic trunk is that is cervical sympathetic chain. Okay. What is anterior to it? Ansa cervicalis is present anterior to carotid sheath. Ansa cervicalis is present, that is not shown them. Next, anterior border. Anterior border is thin and separates superficial and medial surfaces. It is related to anterior branch of superior thyroid artery. Superficial anterior border is thin and separates superficial and medial surfaces. Anterior border is thin and separates superficial and medial surfaces. It is related to anterior branch of superior thyroid artery. Anterior border is related to anterior branch of superior thyroid artery. If you observe here, this is the anterior border. This is the anterior border. It is related to the anterior branch of superior thyroid artery. Okay, and it divides the superficial and medial borders. Okay, this anterior border divides the superficial and medial borders. Okay, and it is related to the anterior branch of superficial thyroid. This is anterior branch where it comes superior thyroid artery. Okay, next, posterior border. Posterior border is thick and round. It separates the medial and posterior surfaces. It is related to longitudinal arterial anastomosis between the superior and inferior thyroid arteries, parathyroid glands. Posterior border. Posterior border is thick and rounded. Posterior border thick and rounded. It separates the medial and posterior surface. This anterior thing, guys, so we can't shown here. You may remember like this only. Posterior border is thick and rounded. It separates the medial and posterior surfaces. It is related to longitudinal arterial anastomosis. Longitudinal arterial anastomosis, you may see here some dim like arteries you may observe here. This on back side you have to, this represents it is posterior. Okay, you may observe here, this is the anastomosis of superior thyroid artery and inferior thyroid artery. This is the anastomosis. It is related to the anastomosis of superior thyroid artery and inferior thyroid artery, as well as this posterior surface, and posterior surface it contains the parathyroid glands, and posterior is related to parathyroid glands. It is thick, rounded, separate medial and posterior surface. It is related to longitudinal arterial anastomosis between superior and inferior thyroid arteries. This is the anastomosis, okay. This is the anastomosis, okay, between the superior and inferior thyroid arteries. It is related to the parathyroid glands. Next, coming to relations of isthmus. Isthmus is horizontal and represents two surfaces and two borders. Two surfaces are anterior and posterior surface, and two borders are superior and inferior. First, anterior surface. Anterior surface is related to strap muscles and anterior jugular vein. Anterior surface, anterior jugular vein. And what are the two strap muscles? Sternothyroid and sternohyoid. No omohyoid is present here. Strap muscles are anterior surface of isthmus is related to two strap muscles, sternothyroid and sternohyoid, and anterior jugular vein. Next, coming to posterior surface. It is related to posteriorly second, third, fourth tracheal rings. Next, superior border. Superior border is related to anastomosis between the anterior branches of two superior thyroid arteries. Superior border. This is the anastomos between the both anterior branches of both sides of superior thyroid artery. This is the isthmus, which is horizontal and it has two surfaces, anterior and posterior surface, and two borders, upper, that means superior, and one lower, that is inferior. And anteriorly it is related to the two strap muscles, sternothyroid and sternohyoid. No omohyoid is related to this. Next, at superficial, it is related to anastomosis between the anterior branch of superior thyroid artery, okay. And posteriorly it is related to second, third, fourth tracheal rings. Next, coming to inferior border. Along this border, inferior thyroid vein emerges and thyroidea artery enters. Along this border, inferior thyroid artery emerges and thyroidea artery enters. This is the inferior border of isthmus. At here, thyroidea artery enters. This the thyroidea artery enters here, okay. And the vein is inferior thyroid vein emerge. This is the inferior surface of isthmus, and here inferior thyroid vein is emerge. Inferior thyroid vein is emerge, okay. I think it is clear. In next video we are going to learn about the arterial supply of thyroid gland. In this video only we almost learn about this, but we see in next video, okay. If you like this video, like, share and subscribe. Thank you.